Hey guys, Natasha with the Day Without the Vlog. This is book 3 in the Langley Park series. This series, The Beginning of Home, is Krista Sandor's probably one of the most emotionally driven stories I've read in a little bit. And it's very suspenseful, it's very swoon-worthy. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and you'll heal. This is Nick and Lindsey's story. Nick and Lindsey met years ago when they were in high school. They worked as camp counselors at this amazing camp in, Midwest area. And these two kind of had, he didn't really want to talk to anybody. And she was just kind of like, oh, I guess he doesn't want to deal with me because he just doesn't like me. They're not from Langley Park. They are kind of outsiders in this community, but they are there to help these younger kids kind of enjoy their summer. Mind you, Lindsey and Nick are both 16. And as kind of things go on, these two embark on a friendship that turns into a relationship that turn into some love. And they leave the camp thinking that they're going to see each other again, but then Nick abruptly has to leave without even finishing his story to tell Lindsey. So Lindsey's kind of heartbroken. Years later, Lindsey's back in Langley Park, but so is Nick. If you remember in book 1 and 2, we hear about Nick. Nick is in, this is what she describes Nick is, he's the southern child or southern version of Brad Pitt and Justin Timberlake's love child. So you can only imagine, tall, very handsome, and kind of has that smirk of suave debonair. And you kind of enjoy that about Nick. But Nick has a past that is not conventional, and he's trying to break the mold of that. Lindsey has a secret right now that is heartbreaking. And as you listen to her story, your heart breaks for her even more. Now she's back in Langley Park to start over. She's starting to get her life back on track. She has her godmother, and she's kind of being secretive, but now that she knows that Nick's her neighbor, some walls start coming down and the healing process begins. But Nick has to get over kind of some of his stuff. He feels like she hasn't been forthcoming, but she has a right to be. She still has that letter that was never finished that Nick wrote. So she has to overcome the fact that he didn't finish it. His words were not completed. And so these two kind of go through this growing pattern, and walls break down and trust is built back up for Lindsey. And it's kind of this beautiful story of healing emotionally and physically for her. But then it's also a chance for Nick to kind of see that there is a better bond for love, and he can be that guy. He can, not be his dad. He can break the cycle, and he can know that he's doing the right. And that's what's kind of really beautiful about the story. And the name of it's perfect, The Beginning of Home. And it's these guys are beginning to find what's home for them, and it's their love for each other and starting back over. And you see it through this whole story, and you get to see, Em and Michael, and you get Ben back, and you get, the whole gang's back in the story. But what's really beautiful is that the story that Nick and Lindsey have, it's a gradual growth, and as they heal, and as you hear Nick taking over his role, and how Lindsey takes over her role back in her photography and feeling her passion again, you just get the feeling of love. So guys, it's in the links. It's an amazing story, and I know you'll laugh, you'll cry, and you'll swoon all over, because come on, it's Brad Pitt and Justin Timberlake's love child. Kind of, Nick Kincaid. So guys, talk to you later. Get it, it's in the links.